Welcome back everyone to another NRG on the Amstrad CPC, of course, and here we are with Palace Software's Barbarian, which came out in 1987. So I wouldn't say it was, like a mid-cycle release for the Amstrad. And this got ported to many other different systems as well. It was on the Spectrum, Commodore, Amiga and ST, I believe, as well. And a very popular game it was too. It's sort of like a bit of a cult following this game generated back in the day. It's a one-on-one slashy fighty thingy kind of thing. Have you ever played Hippodrome on the arcade? It's kind of reminiscent of that without all of the monsters you're fighting. So it's Mano versus Mano, Barbarian versus Barbarian, Savage versus Savage. All for the pleasure of a certain Mr. Necromancer Drax, I believe his name is, and there goes his head. How satisfying is that in an early video game? And as you can see, the graphics on this are glorious. Lovely, glorious backdrops. Sprites are excellently drawn and even better animated. They are wonderfully animated. I first played this game, I think, in '89 on my original Amstrad. I believe it must have been '89 or something like that. And I couldn't get over the animation of how absolutely outstanding the animation of the characters was. Really, really good stuff. And excellent repertoire of moves. So many moves you can pull off in this. You've got a low slash, a forward kick, the twisting slash there, which is your head chopper move. The old spinning the missed the neck hit there. Roll back, roll forward, jump, high slash, overhead slash. Oh, there's so much stuff you can do. Loads of moves, very effective as well in different positions. It's also a bit of a challenge. There's even blocks like that. So it's a very, very comprehensive game, this. Got everything going for it. I can only say, I think the only thing that I don't really like about it is about that. Obviously, all the barbarians that you're facing are just basically palette swaps of you, essentially. With a few tiny minor details changed here and there, different colours really, different colour clothing, skin tone, or anything like that, and it's all just palette swaps. But it doesn't take away from how fast and frantic the game is. And it's also got packed with tunes, packed with sound effects, or full of sound effects during the actual fight itself. And then you've got also comedy aspects to it as well. So has a bit of everything going for it, this game. The action, the graphics, the audio, the presentation is just generally great as well. I mean, it's a bit basic on the title, I guess. It's only just got, just its format of Barbarian and no actual sort of image. He kicked me to the curb, didn't he? Ouch. Beaten, and here comes old Goblin to drag him away. To drag me away, in fact. Not very great. I'm going to try that again, I think. And another thing what we're going to do is show you we'll show you at least one of the other backgrounds as well. So essentially you've got 4 backgrounds to choose from as you progress through the game. I think 7 rounds per fighter. Before you progress to the next screen, and here is one of the other screens. This is the throne room, which if you had the disc version of this, it's on what they call the double side, or the cassette side. It would be the other side as well, side B. Get your words right, bug. So yeah, 7 fights, 7 bouts you'd have, then background changed, and you have another 7 fights, and a background changes again, and so on and so forth with 4 backgrounds. So you start off in the forest, then you go to the sunset. Sort of a sunset desert plain. Then you go into Drax's castle, and this is the throne room. And then you finally finish in the dungeon. And it's tough. It is rather tough to progress all this way. The thing is, there is a way to cheat it a little bit, which is to constantly when you have to utilise the roll a lot. It doesn't actually do much damage, if any. But there is a way to just complete roll at the opponent, and then do your spinny sort of slash move where you spin your sword. You can do that, and most bouts you'll get good success in doing that tactic. I don't like doing that tactic. I think it's a bit cheap. It is easy to do that, but I prefer things like that. Oh, lovely move there. Choppy, choppy, heady, heady. I love the way the goblin guy kicks the head nonchalantly and then drags him off to the music. Excellent timing the way the music comes in there as well. Dark stuff, and comic dark stuff. It's like Monty Python's and the Holy Grail, isn't it? It's really dark humour like that. There's also a nice bit of humour at the end as well when you finally rescue the maiden, who calls you, thank you, who says at the end, "Thank you, big boy," which is always rather amusing. And the Barbarian looks at you, breaking the fourth wall, and shrugs his shoulders at one point, which is another little bit of a comic added effect there. Another thing that's impressive about the game, aside from these glorious backgrounds, as you can see the throne room background here, absolutely wonderful use of colour, really well drawn stuff, and it doesn't clash with the sprites at all. Everything is crystal clear. Never any hint of slowdown, or the controls are hyper responsive. Everything moves so fluidly. It's a wonderfully programmed game, and it's a shame the sequel didn't follow in this template, but we'll talk about that in a later video, I think. The snakes at the side, as I was going to say, the snakes at the side, excellently little added thing there, little screams of the snakes. I think they respond to strikes a lot of the time. Yeah, there you go. So they respond to strikes. So if you hit a successful strike on your opponent, then the snake will sort of like cackle or scream or whatever the hell it's doing. I don't know, but that's a lovely little added touch there. It's a real nice use of colour here in Mode 0. This is the way you program in Mode 0. It says Mode 1 there at the bottom. Ignore that. That's just where it says Mode 1 at the bottom. That's essentially what control method you've got. So you're in the game mode. You can go in demo mode. It can run a demo, a rolling demo, and a track mode as it were, which is again another lovely touch. I don't think it's missing much, this game. I really don't. It's got everything going for it. The sequel, on the other hand, they changed the format. They went away from the one-on-one fighting style of this and went to a more roaming dungeon crawler hack and slash kind of thing, which kind of works but kind of doesn't in another way. And taking away the moves from the Barbarian in the second one is absolutely a tragic mistake, because one thing that was really striking about this game is that the move set is just vast for a one-on-one fighter of this time, of this era. Absolutely vast. And then you've got little cheeky little spinny animations like that as well to boot as well. So there you go. As I face the man in the pink tunic and the pink sword apparently. Oh, he's got his pork sword out. Woo-ha! I will say thank you very much for watching me and the Barbarian. And I'll see you next time. Novabug, out. Hey, Novabug here. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Please support the channel by liking and commenting, and of course subscribing if you haven't already done. If you would like to support me further, please consider joining my Bug Army via Patreon. And also don't forget to follow me over at Facebook, Twitter, BitChute and Twitch. And finally, a special mention goes to my Bug Army General, Sam M. Thank you everyone for supporting me. Novabug, out.